We started early. What's kind of working? What has helped you be successful in those first 3 months?
You want me to go ahead now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I mean, I think it's what everybody says, doing the vital behaviors. Really, if I hunker down, I definitely don't do them consistently.
Mhm.
Because, like everybody, it's like some days I'm doing 10 million other things and I literally have almost zero time to do this. But there are days that I'm like, okay, I got the tracker out and I'm doing the stuff. I was really good for like 3 weeks using the tracker.
Yeah.
And I have a success partner that I got through like the Build to Diamond group,
Oh,
Facebook
nice.
group, which I met a really awesome coach who is in New York. And so we
Oh,
were like checking in with each other and it was good. It really kind of kept me I mean,
accountable and
I had already had some success before that, but I think I just need that. Like, I'm very much a list person. So
mhm.
I like the tracker works for me. And just, I think the connection part of like on I'm mostly on Facebook. I
Okay,
started
yeah.
Instagram when I started coaching. So I'm newer to Instagram but there are people that, I've connected with there, but more, I typically am more active
Yeah.
on Facebook, but, just the connection, like constantly just keeping like, hey, saying stuff, keeping contact with people. And then I see that they're continuing to watch and see my stories. And
Mhm.
once I kind of learned that from you guys and from everybody in the upline, that
Yeah.
how algorithm type stuff works, I feel like that has helped. And
Yeah.
just, no, there's really no secret. It's just kind of following up with all these people that are, oh, you're great. You inspire me, this and that. Okay, well,
Right. It's not so hard, you can do it too, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Um, that's it. I mean, for me, it's mostly just like trying to motivate people to just, you will feel better. I don't have like a
Mhm.
lot of other, I know like the last call, Lindsay was talking about, like really kind of get raw and real and break it down to like the reality of, and I honestly, like,
Mhm.
I don't have a whole lot of, like, I'm kind of boring. I don't have a lot of like trauma or scar or things. I
Mm.
feel like that maybe I could connect with some people on. I mean, I
Mhm.
know that sounds really weird, but I mean, there's the usual, like I have a high
Yeah.
school athlete and I have this and that. So those things I do try to
Yeah.
use, but when she was saying that, I was kind of like, boy, I feel like I don't have anything really that I could, I don't know. Does that sound weird that, I don't know if
No,
that makes sense?
that makes sense. I wish I could say that.
Well, I know, and
But
I feel like I
there
shouldn't have
have
even
been
said
points
that.
in my life. No, but there have been points in my life where I've kind of felt that though in this business. I've been a coach for 9 years, and that there's been points where life was just like awesome, you know?
Mhm.
And yeah, maybe there was past stuff, but it was so far in the past. Like I'm divorced. That's so
Mhm.
far in the past. Like that I felt like it wasn't
Yeah,
part of who I was anymore. It didn't define who I was. So it wasn't something like that I felt like I could talk about, you know? Whereas
yeah.
now, with trying to conceive at 44,
Well, yeah, and
I
that's
have
good.
a
Yeah,
much larger, but then I have a hard time talking about that. Just being real here,
I
because I
know.
feel like it's so hard. It's hard to talk about, and it's hard because I don't know a lot of people that do follow me can't relate. So then I'm like, am I just talking to the wall? Like, I don't know. So
No, not at
I
all.
struggle with that, trying to
Yeah,
figure out that good balance of
I know it is
reaching
hard.
reaching new people, but also like serving who's at my table. Like I
I
want to
know.
be able to just serve who's there, you know?
That's very,
So
yes, very well put.
yeah, which I
Every once in a while,
will.
I'm like, why am I putting all this out there? Like all these, like so not that I even have that many friends or followers, but
Mhm.
like why? But then I do. I'll hear from somebody that's like, oh my gosh, I see your stuff every day, and it really keeps
Yeah.
me going. And I'm like, oh, okay, well then maybe I won't feel weird about posting. They're like, no, it's great, just keep going. So that helps.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Because there is those people are watching, even if they're not liking or commenting
Right.
or whatever, there's a lot of people who are just watching. And when the time's right for them, they'll know who to go to because they're
Yeah.
consistent and we're showing up and and they'll know like, oh, this isn't just a part-time thing for, a temporary thing. I've been doing this for 9 years. People know
Right.
if they
Yeah.
want to get started, they know where to come,
Yeah.
people who have
Yeah.
been following me for that long. So,
Awesome.
do you have any additional goals for this week, for the end of the month? Anything? You just hit Success Club. Are you at SC6 or
I'm at
10 or?
SC6. I'm
Okay.
at SC6. I mean, I don't know. A couple of my other prospects, they're like, oh yeah, December. I feel like I just have like, kind of tapped into all I can do some new, I need to
New
do some reaching.
connecting and new
Nice.
reach outs. Yeah.
Sorry, my dog.
Oh, you're okay.
But I don't know. I don't know what I can pull off in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so I'm actually at SC0, if I'm being honest. This month has been, I had COVID and plantar fasciitis happened, like out of nowhere, and holidays, and
Yeah, it's
so
been,
I am like down to the wire of trying to close some people who've been just sitting,
yeah.
so trying to use some incentives to help with that. I
Is
think
that
that's always,
working?
it does help for sure.
Yeah.
There's a gal's like, I can't do it until Friday. I'm like, well, my money back, like the earn back from flash sale.
Yeah.
I'm like, that ends tonight. So we'll see if she comes through tonight. I may even extend it for her through like Wednesday or something through the end of the month.
Yeah.
And see if that'll get her to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And then is there anyone else that wants to share? Michaela, Megan, Christine, kind of what's been working?
My gosh, I'm gonna mute myself because of
Oh,
my
you're
dog.
good. Yeah, no worries. This call is really for everyone to share, not just me, but have everybody share kind of what's working, set a goal for the month, or I would say set a goal for the end of the month if you haven't set a goal, or for December if you've already kind of hit your goal for the month, and just kind of share. And if you can't talk out loud right now for whatever reasons, family stuff, you can definitely just put it in the chat as well. But I'm loving just the flash sale. I just shared, I don't know if you'd seen, Lindsay shared a bunch of just screenshots that she made. So I just shared those to my stories, which will be a good, because the sales go through, I think, this whole week. It's Cyber Week. So it's a lot of little stuff that's on sale, old programs, but there is Fruit Punch Energize and Way Recover and a few 3-day refresh. So there's
some of the Fruit Punch. Is it good? I've never tried
my
it.
husband loves the Fruit Punch. That's his absolute favorite. I'm a lemon gal, but he has tried the lemon, the strawberry lemonade, Fruit Punch, and I think he's probably had mixed berry. We haven't had it in a while, but even between like strawberry lemonade and Fruit Punch, he still prefers Fruit Punch. He likes kind of a milder sweetness, and so he says that the Fruit Punch is like the mildest, whereas I want like the strong sweetness of like the lemon.
Yeah,
like give me that like sour lemony. I love it. So so yeah, hopefully you'll like the Fruit Punch. It is good. I'll have it when I run out of my other stuff, but
yeah,
my other flavors. But I think just sharing those sales the rest of this week and getting commission on all of those. And I think you're the one that keeps asking, right, Nikki, about, is it you, Nikki, or different Nikki asking?
No, it's not me.
The other Nikki. There's two of you, I think.
There's like so many Nikki's and Nicoles.
Yeah.
I might just start going by my middle name.
So yeah, I don't know. Somebody keeps asking of what we earn commission on. We earn commission on everything unless they're a preferred customer or a coach signed up under you. Then you don't earn commission off of what they order. You earn volume. So if anyone was confused about that. But I think just, just this time of year can either be, I'm the person who enrolled as a coach right before Thanksgiving. My 9-year anniversary was last week.
Wow.
And so I'm that person that the holidays, stuff like this, it's not going to sway me to make a decision. If I know that this is what I want, and I know I'm going to get started and it's not going to be perfect, and that's not what this is about. So I think just like talking like real with people, like this is not about you starting a program, doing it perfectly, eating perfectly, whatever that means. It's just whatever people have in their head of whatever they've struggled with probably in the past, right? That diet mindset. And it's really about helping people like get out of that and give themselves more grace, but with discipline. Those two can live together, right? And I think a lot of times we think that they can't. We think that like you either have to be super disciplined or flexible, and they can work together, right? And you can have discipline and be able to give yourself grace and be a little flexible with your plan. And that is something I'm saying all of this as somebody who's just not just learning this, but has had to learn that, because I was very much the like all in or nothing mindset for a very long time, even in my early years with Beachbody. Like if I didn't follow the program perfect, I was doing 2 workouts and I was beating myself up for not following the nutrition, and right. And I learned that doesn't serve me, doesn't serve anybody. And really nobody can live that day in and day out sustainably. And so it's really helping people learn about that sustainability really happens when you can marry discipline and grace. And so I think especially in this holiday season, just like reiterating that and helping people like see that they can have both and they can start. And it's even best to start when life is hard, like during these holidays. Like that's when you're going to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. You can show up for yourself even when you've got a million things going on. And that's not to say you're going to show up 7 days a week, because going from 0 to 7, but maybe go from 0 to 2, and just helping people see that. Another way I'm doing that and showing people that is I'm doing body blocks now. So I'm kind of dropping the programs. I didn't finish Healthy Obsession. My plantar fasciitis got really bad, and I don't know if it got aggravated by that or what, but I decided that an hour workouts was too long for me. And just when I hurt my foot, I was like, I can't do it. So I did like a week of yoga and flexibility. And then this week I decided to follow, like, they have like the different blocks. There's a burn block, a build block, and a bike block. So I'm following a build block, and it's just so fun. Like already today, I was like, oh, I can choose a strong body. I can choose what trainer I want to do. And like, so you could choose today, I could have chose a strong body, upper body strength, or another just like strength one. I forget, body camp maybe, or I don't know if that's a strength one. So I chose a strong body with Lacey, and just showing people like there's so much variety, right? And if my foot hurts tomorrow, then I'll just do yoga, or like, and I modify, and I'm not following a specific program right now as what most people are used to seeing from me and seeing from Beachbody in general is these programs. And so I think we need to help others make the shift in their own mindset as we're making the shift. I think a lot of us have to make that shift too, from the program mindset to this like body block mindset, which I think for some people might be a little bit harder to do. But I think it's gonna be super fun and super cool to just do workouts with different trainers that I haven't done before. Like Lacey was so fun. I love with the body workouts that you have real music, and it's not like just, the boring music, but it's real music because it's like makes it so much more fun. I never realized how much programs were missing kind of that piece. I would play my own music, but it's not the same because you always play like, if you're like me, you just play the same thing all the time. I play like Christian music or country music.
I agree. I'm
So,
loving the music in Healthy Obsession.
yeah,
So good.
it's
Some
so
days are better than
fun.
others, but
Yeah,
I love
like
it.
the
And I
80s
haven't
day
been
and the
listening to
90s
music.
day and the rock day and
Yeah, it
it's
helps. I
so
love it.
fun. Yeah. Lacey's playlist today was like, I don't even know what it was, just like some old school stuff. It was so fun. It was probably like 90s stuff, maybe. Like Too Legit to Quit was the first song. I'm like, oh my God, I love this song. It reminds me of the roller rink. We would go to the roller rink in junior high, and that song would be playing, and we'd be too legit to quit. We were so cool. We thought we were. Oh, I don't know why I'm like hoarse. I'm not sick, but I sound hoarse. Um, yeah. So Megan, what is working? How are you doing? I miss you.
I know. I've been on the struggle bus a little this week, just
Yeah, with the
sick
kids sick.
Yeah. And it's been, I wish I would have rocked the Black Friday sale a little bit more than what I did. I mean, I feel like I could have gone harder
Mhm.
than what I did, but I mean, I signed a coach this
Oh
month,
yeah,
so that's good. And
that's
she's
awesome.
excited about it. She bought a bike too, which was
Dude,
like,
awesome.
yeah, so
Did you
that was
know
great.
her or was it a
No, so
random connection?
I was in this Beachbody Babes. Have you seen that group?
Mm-mm.
It's yeah, it wasn't like Boss Babes Mastermind, but it was like
Yeah.
it was like it's just this group where it seems like they just go in there to log their posts or whatever. And so I
Oh,
joined the
okay.
group, and actually Nicole on Kate's team,
Mhm.
she was in that group as well. She is in that group, I think. And it's just like cheering people on or whatever. Well, I had made a profile and put it under coaches, and she found me underneath that. And I guess
Oh.
she like stalked my page for a while and just to see like who I was. And so Kate and I actually talked to her, and when when we did like I think we did a call with her
A
just
call
for
with
an
her.
opportunity call and to see if she would be interested. And I asked her, I'm like, she reached out to me, which was like
Wow.
so nice.
Yeah.
And I said, like, what, I'm just
Made
curious,
you
like,
choose
why would
me.
you reach out to me? She's like, actually, I just really love the fact that you're not like, she's like, no offense, I just love the fact that you're not a twig. And I love the
Yeah.
fact that you just are real out there. Like, I've been watching your stories and stuff. I'm like, thank you. Like, that's the
Yay.
best compliment you could
Yeah.
have
The
given me.
validation
So
you
yeah,
needed to like
it was.
showing up. Yeah.
And so she has type 2 diabetes, and
Mm.
you know, she's really struggled, and so she just doesn't want to quit on herself, and that's why she signed up as a coach.
Mhm.
Kate and I did do a strategy meeting with her yesterday, actually, and we
Oh,
really want
cool.
to commit to 4 weeks for everyone and 2B mindset so that she, really starts to get her sugars and stuff under control. And,
Oh yeah.
so that part feels really good. But yeah, I've kind of not exactly been following a tracker, and I need some accountability on that right
I
now.
do too.
I've
I do too.
fallen
So can
off.
we like right now say like in the mornings too, I'm better in the mornings. We should just say like, let's check in with each other. Let's even
Yeah.
jump on a call and,
I feel like I
work
would benefit.
together.
Yeah. I would benefit so much from, I squirrel so much. Like, I'm
Mhm.
not kidding you when I tell you that I literally went to, I know this is being recorded, so whatever, I don't even care, but I'm concerned about like my focus. I have been for a long time. Like, I struggle to focus when it comes to being on the screen. I feel like ADHD is like a real
Yeah.
possibility for me at this point. And I'm like in the process of trying to get that figured out because I am
Yeah.
like here, there, and everywhere. And
Yeah.
I just need like, I need to I struggle with it. I
Yeah.
think
I
that,
do.
I think the tracker could definitely help with that because you can, you can like line by line it, or decide, Tuesday,
Right.
Thursday, I'm going to do these items. And
Yeah.
because I mean, I find the same, I not as much as a problem with the focus, but it's hard. Or you start doing one thing and then you just like go down this hole of like, wait,
Yeah.
I just lost what I was
Yeah.
doing. But
yeah.
yeah, I have no doubt, but I feel like that the tracker definitely helps with that. My problem is my
Yeah.
days are never the same. Like I feel like if I knew if I had like, okay, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. is when, or but every day
Mhm.
is totally different. And not that
Um,
that's a bad thing. I'm very lucky. I'm not,
yeah.
but I feel like I need to maybe plan out and structure my day a little better.
Yeah. Like,
Are you a
like
sub,
on,
Nikki? Are you a sub? Oh, okay.
Sorry, my kids are in the kitchen making so much noise.
No, that's okay.
I have noisy teenagers, and yeah, I'm a substitute teacher, so sometimes I'm teaching, sometimes I'm not. A lot of times I'm, volunteering for this or that, or just, driving my kids around or not.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, most days it's something, right? It's always something.
Mhm.
But I don't have little ones anymore, so I'm not necessarily in the house as much, which is
Mhm.
hard. But we all have something that's hard, I know.
Yeah.
I
I
just feel
find I
like,
have too much time. I'm in this stage where I don't have kids. I don't have a lot. I nanny a few hours, a few days a week, not even every day. So then I have all the time in the world, but then I don't do it because
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I need to reach out to like Megan or Kate, and be like, help, hold me accountable to just
Yeah.
getting it done. I know
yeah,
I feel so much better when I just get it done, especially if I get it done first thing in the morning. I get my tracker done. I just know like
Yeah.
it's not it's not hanging over my head. Just like the
Mhm.
workout, right? We tell people to do it in the morning so you don't hold it over your head all
No.
day. Like, then don't do it.
yeah.
That's what happens to me.
I was listening to Women Empowering Women podcast by Melanie
Oh, yeah.
Mitro, and
Yeah.
she's talking about leadership and like why your people aren't showing up for you and blah blah blah. But she said something that like is a harsh reality that honestly, like, if I'm being 1,000% honest, I'm treating this more like a hobby right now,
Mhm.
and not truly dedicating the time that I know I want to dedicate to it. And I think
Yeah.
there's still like a lot of self-limiting beliefs as I'm kind of peeling back onions and like the layers of the onion right now.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit of a struggle, I feel like
Mhm.
sometimes. And I'm definitely like working on personal development and reading books and stuff like that. But like I said, I just feel like my brain is like here, there, and everywhere. And it didn't help like to have my family home and just
Yeah.
not be
Not your usual.
my time was like
Yeah.
not my own,
Right.
So
You're used to being home by yourself all day while the kids are at school and your
Oh,
husband's at work, and you didn't
and then
have that
today it
for
was
over a
like,
week, right? Because the kids were home even before
yeah,
they were home
yeah.
sick, even before Thanksgiving break, right?
We have literally had a sick kid since October. I'm like so over it. And I mean,
Yeah.
we do everything we can to make sure
Right.
that they're healthy. It's just a
Yeah.
crazy season. So,
You're not the
but
only one, I don't think.
oh, I
I feel like
know.
everybody. Yeah.
I know. So it's just a matter of, but it would, this past week was a lot, that's for sure. And it was just, they left today and I just kind of like sat there like,
You probably didn't want to do any work either today because you're like, I just need to
No, I didn't. I actually had to get some Monday shopping done because I hadn't done that. So yeah, it's just been, I don't know. I'm just being honest. Like I squirrel a lot and I'm struggling right now. So I could definitely use accountability.
Me
And
too. So we can
that,
definitely lean on each other
yeah.
for sure. There's definitely been times in the 9 years that I've definitely 100% treated this like a business. And then there's times like now, no, just I'll do the same way. I'm like, I'm not treating it like I should, not
Mhm.
treating it like I want to. For sure. So you're not alone in that, like,
Yeah,
and I
but I
think
feel
you go
like,
through seasons
yeah. But I mean,
with it.
I guess I feel like what's frustrating is I've kind of always like stayed at this point and I don't want to,
Mm.
it's either like you gotta like go or not go, like commit
Yeah,
to it and like bust through the barrier that's holding you back,
yeah. hmm
So that's where I'm at right now. I need
Now's the
to,
time. Keep
yeah,
going,
yeah,
busting through.
exactly. So anyhow,
That'll be
got that
good.
off my chest.
Good, good. I don't
But
know if you wanted to share anything, Michaela. Go ahead, Meg.
oh no, you're fine. I'm gonna mute
I don't
myself.
know if she's not here, so I don't know if she's here to chat. So I'm gonna go fill my water bottle really quick because I think a few more people might jump on now, and then we can do an action hour. And Nikki, if you need to go or whatever, you can go if you already action hour today. But I will be right back.
Congratulations on Success Club. That's exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been like every month I'm like, oh, I just would like to, because I was trying to hit Success Starter. So once I had like 1 month and 2 months. So
That's awesome.
finally, yeah, I was able to this month. Last month I was like, didn't hit it, but so I'm very happy about that.
That's awesome. That was never an opportunity because I joined as a discount coach but I didn't work the business the first
Mm-hmm.
9-10 months or whatever. So you lose that opportunity when you don't do it that way. So,
Right.
but that is exciting for you. That's
It
awesome.
is, and it's good. I mean, it's been a goal. Now I'm like, okay, well, I mean, obviously, like I say, oh, I want to hit diamond, but I honestly feel like that is it. I know technically it's not, but I feel like it's so big of a, I don't know, like I'm so far from that, but I guess I need to stop thinking that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'll happen. It will
I don't
definitely
know.
happen.
People, finding a working coach is like a unicorn. I feel like and everyone's like, no, you're great. You keep doing your thing. I'm good.
I mean, I have 2 working coaches that I just got in within September and this past month. I mean, I think just showing up authentically as yourself is probably the most important because both of them have reiterated because I've asked multiple times, like, why? Because I'm a hot mess. I mean, I am like I'm not organized, that like I live for my family and sometimes I do well with coaching and other times not so much. And so I asked them like, why me? And they were just like, because you're showing up just real. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's enough. So just keep showing up as you. You're so
Yeah.
inspiring. Your posts are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, my mom, so real quick before I go, my mom tells me, and she always says this in her like backhanded, like trying to compliment, but you're just really intimidating. I think you're intimidating to a lot of people. Like I'm too, good at what I'm at. It's like, I hate when she says that. Like, it's just really intimidating for some people that just aren't there yet and aren't able to do what you do. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be intimidating. I'm trying to be encouraging. Like, I don't know, that bothers me so much, but I'm trying not to be intimidating.
I mean,
You're not.
you are not intimidating. I mean, my mom has said the same thing to me too, as well, but I feel like in some ways than others. She said something like, I just couldn't do what you do. And I'm like, well, that's because you're not supposed to do what I'm doing. Like that,
Right.
if you trusted me, I could show you like where you could start off. It's not like I was,
Mhm.
we all have our starting off points. You can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. That's like seriously, how people fall off. So
Right.
Yeah, that's so true. And that's what I think our parents just they have a different mindset, right? They don't get it. And they think
Yeah.
like people are watching us and think that they have to do exactly what we do. And that's not what we're trying. That's not the point we're trying to get across, right? We're just
Right.
trying to inspire people and help people where they're at
Mhm.
and help
Yeah.
them move one step forward,
Do
right?
you have like before picture, or Nikki, have you always come from like a working out background kind of thing,
I
or
mean, I
like,
have some really good. I'll have to post another one if you haven't seen one lately.
yeah, I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I always was like a student athlete, but I mean, I've had 3 kids and I gained over 60 pounds with all 3 of them. So, oh yes, I've always been up and down and up and down. But no, I am actually, I mean, I used to be in law enforcement. I was actually like a federal agent who had time, like all I did, and I'm in better shape now than I ever was then, which is really kind of ironic. But just because I wasn't really doing anything structured and real programs and real well-rounded. So it just goes to show you got to know what you're doing.
And I think people, if anything, are just intimidated by the fact that other people just show up consistently for themselves. I don't even think it's the moves or the workouts. I think it's intimidating to watch somebody like actually make the commitment to themselves, like
Mhm.
because people can't do that. That's like, I don't know, that's a struggle for people to do in and of itself. So I don't think it would even matter like what moves or what workout program you're doing. It's just you're actually doing it for yourself, which I think can be the intimidating factor as well, but
Yeah.
I went like one day without working out, no, 2 over the break or whatever. And I was like, oh man, like once you really, that's what I love about Healthy Obsession right now. I haven't done the hour-long workouts in a really long time, but when I didn't do them, I was like, I actually like missed it. Like I don't really miss working out very often, but I was like, dang, I'm just like, I want to go back in there and do it again, like that didn't.
Those healthy
crazy
chemicals
stuff.
in your brain.
Yeah. So I love that hour. I think it like, I don't like the time itself, but like it goes so fast,
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want
All
to get some
right,
work
ladies.
done?
I'm
You're gonna
gonna
jump off,
say
Nikki?
I'm gonna say goodbye. Action away.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good chatting with you. All right. Let's get some work done. I've squirreled all day, like you, Megan, and so definitely time to get some work done. And I thought we would start with the people that are at our table. So start with the people who you're already serving, start with the people who, so let's start there.
What do you
The
mean?
people who are already in your groups, just make sure if you haven't checked in with them today, check in with them. I don't know if you do a weekly check-in or just a hey, how was your weekend? Whatever it is. If you already did a weekly check-in, then you could move on to something else. But just check in. I know Kate gave a good example of what she was sharing this week. You could share something like that and share some of the sales options.
The
Did you
sales
see
are
that?
done today though, right? Or do they go
They're-
till tomorrow?
They're not. So the actual Cyber Week continues all week. But our actual like flash sale, quote unquote, ends today. I say that because what I'm telling people is like my earn back, like you're going to earn back money from me is going to end today. but the sales still are actually good through the week while supplies last.
Okay.
So you could still share those,
Okay.
and see if you get any bites there.
Okay.
So let's just spend like 5 minutes, maybe.
All right.
Not super long, just a little bit amount of time. Just kind of doing some check-ins. I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna do 8 minutes. 8 minutes. All right, I actually got through a lot. So I just sent a quick message with a little like, hey, just checking in. How are you doing? Do you have any goals for December? And then just reminding them, like, remember, this is about, doesn't have to be anything huge, but it's just about learning to have discipline and grace together at the same time, and setting a goal accordingly. And then I shared the sales with them. And I don't know if you saw that Lindsay had shared that you can like create a link directly to the sale page with your coach ID number. So if you go to this link,
Did you do
Just-
that in your stories or did you do that in the message? I saw
Both.
what Lindsay sent, but
yeah,
I
so
didn't really.
I put it in my stories, and then those check-in messages, instead of sharing like the images that Kate shared, I just sent the direct link to the sale page.
Okay.
So
Would you be willing to send me your
yeah,
check-in
actually,
message?
yeah. So this is, hang on, I'm getting this. So if you just change your coach ID at the end of this,
Okay.
one of mine is 1095574. You put yours in, that'll take you directly to the sale page with everything that's on sale for Cyber Week.
Okay.
And then what did you want? My message?
Yeah, the message that you just sent.
Yeah.
Oh, Lindsay, too. I was gonna ask you, Hannah had just had her baby. One of my coaches. And so Kate and I were talking about potentially setting up a strategy call with her or just talking about like what her next steps were. I've never been pregnant during this experience. And so I was like, well, if anybody knows how to talk about the next steps or how she should be, moving forward in her business, that would be you. So I didn't know if you were available for that, when your availability is, that kind of thing.
Hi. Yes. So was this, and I'm just asking, was this yours and Kate's discussion and idea, or was this something Hannah asked for?
This was more Hannah had asked for a strategy call after she had the baby.
Perfect. Okay.
But and I also told her, I'm like, we are not pushing this. She just had a baby like, I don't even think it's been 7 days, but
No.
I also don't want her to think like, I think she had reached out to Kate. I'm not sure if she had or not, but,
I think, yeah.
What?
That's great. I love that it was her idea. I just was curious just because, for approaching reasons, but yeah, she's like 7 days post baby and like thinking about it. That's adorable.
Well,
But it changes everything. It does.
yeah. I mean,
It's not her first baby though either, right?
Mm,
this is her third baby.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
third baby. So that makes a
Um,
difference too.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I mean, and she was kind of right before she had the baby, she was a little frustrated because the way that we onboarded, she came in
No.
at a very interesting time of my own business, is like how I was learning to onboard, which is not how I would continue learning to onboard or want to onboard people. And so I just feel like she was frustrated the week before she was going into just with the way that things were going business wise. So I was like, oh, okay, well, you're having a baby, that's the most important thing right now, like let's just strategize on getting through birth and that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean,
Perfect. I'm definitely totally 100% willing to always do that. I will tell you, I book out my months, the whole month in advance because of my other business. I do a lot of calls. So I have December already filled out, and this is what it looks like.
oh wow.
Well, because of bullying and stuff too, my life is like if this wasn't here, it'd be in my brain and I wouldn't be here. I'd be rocking back and forth on the floor. So I do have availability that I could do a call this week. Depending on when she wants to do it, let me know. I do have a couple availabilities this week. Like I could do a 4:30-ish on Wednesday or a 6:30 Thursday evening.
Okay.
Other than that, that next week, the boys, Rob is going to be in Florida, so he's not taking the kids the normal nights I take calls. So I only have one night that week
Okay.
for calls. So I probably, unless it was like during the day and all of us could jump on during the day, like around 11:30, that would be the time that I'd be able to kind of make that work that first full week of December. Otherwise, starting the 12th, I have quite a bit of availability right now, the 12th, the 14th, or the 15th in the evening. So if you want to ask her, how soon do you want to get on a call? And what times are going to work better for her, evening or morning? And then just get back with me and we can figure something out. Sorry to just throw all that at you. That's just how my brain works.
Well, okay, so let me ask you, you had kind of like hesitated on how it was presented. What were you thinking when you asked that? Because
In complete transparency, I was worried that it was not her idea. Kate is such a great leader that I could see it being Kate's idea. Like, let's show her what the next steps are and support her. And I was a little worried with how soon she had the baby that it might overwhelm her and push her away.
right.
That's why I asked whose idea it was, because then I was going to say, I think that's a beautiful idea. Let's maybe offer it in a few weeks, give her an option a month out or whatever's comfortable, but I knew in my head, Kate and you are so, and I don't know you as much as I know Kate, but Kate is so in tune with like the energy of people and respect and love. I just wanted to, I never want to make it. So that's why I asked. I just didn't want it to be too soon for her. If someone would have had a strategy call with me the first couple weeks of having either of my kids, I would have been very overwhelmed, but I'm a different person. If she asked for it, then I'm
Right.
like, let's do it.
Well, she's been very good about telling me like, no, like, not that I've ever pushed anything on her by any means, but like you tell me what you want versus what you don't want,
Perfect.
But at the same time, I just didn't want her to feel like she was alone or anything like that either,
I think it's great. And the fact that it's also her third baby, I think makes a big difference too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's
Okay.
great. If you want to offer her, ask her, I'm more than willing, ask her what she thinks would be better, an evening or like a late morning. And then if you just want to keep me with what she says, or you can even throw us all in a chat. And
Yeah.
I don't, Kate wanted to be involved too, or not, whatever works, and then we'll just find a time. But yeah, this first couple weeks is a little bit spotty, but I'm open after that, but I'll make whatever I have to. I'll make it work.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, and it didn't even have to be like, I just wanted to know if you would be willing to do it in the first
Yes.
place with her. So,
Yes, 100%.
okay. Sorry, not to squirrel, but thank you.
Yes.
No, hopefully that was helpful. Just for others to like hear that too, it's good coaching, like practice for coaches. Okay. So we've checked in with our people. Let's do follow-ups. It's end of month. Maybe you talked to people at the beginning of the month and they weren't quite ready. It's been a few weeks. Maybe they're ready now. Or the people that you added to the flash sale, make sure you're following up with them. Again, just anybody that you've talked to, you should have a list. Go to that list and you can follow up with those people. If you don't have a list, go into your messages and see who you've talked to and follow up with them. Really, the fortune really is in the follow-up. There have been people, I always share this story. There have been people who have followed me for 8 years. They've been friends with me since I started this business, because we were in grad school together. And they never joined. I invited them many times. And then they finally did. Another follow-up, they finally joined because it was right time for them. Always the right time and place for them. So the message that you're sending, it's not about you. Remember that. It's about them. And it's about them making the decision whether or not it's the right time for them. So if they said no, it just meant not right now. It meant not at that time. And a lot of times people don't say no, or they don't respond. I get a lot of zero response.
I was
because
gonna
they-
say, like, how many
I get
times?
a lot of zero response and I still reach out.
Okay.
Until they tell me, leave me alone, stop talking to me, because I've had people, they're like, thank you so much for continuing to reach out.
Okay.
I've literally had people say that, you know,
Okay.
because they forget to respond. I know I do. If I don't leave a message unread, I'm going to forget to respond to you because I'll see the message. And if I don't respond right then, most of the time I don't respond right then. I have to mark it unread so that I'll remember to go back and respond to that message. But a lot of people don't do that. They're not in business where they're using Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger or whatever every day, right? A lot of people don't check their messenger every day, or if they do, they're in the grocery store line, or they're, you know, like they're distracted by whatever else is going on, and they just don't pay attention. So
Yeah.
you just have to catch them at the right time for them. So I would just kind of remember that when you're sending your messages. And I can share, let me see if I have, if you want a couple ideas of what to send. Oops. Not that one.
I also want to say at the end of the
Yeah,
month,
go.
I always like to put a transformation post up and like make it like something that's really enthusiastic. And then I go and I just message a ton of people that I've already talked to, or that are watching my stories, or that have liked previous posts in the last week, and just say something like, I just did this yesterday, and I think I just sent the open house to like 24 people this morning. And that doesn't mean any of them will sign up, right? But it's exposures. So what I sent to people were, if they liked the transformation post, it said something a little bit different than if they liked a different post. So, hey, thanks for the support on my page. I saw you liked my transformation post. I saw you liked a post of mine this week. I saw you watched my stories. Okay, so it's going to say one of those. And this is just how I talk. How are you, beautiful? I hope all is well. I wanted to pop in and send you an invite to join me in our December boot camp of progress over perfection and choosing yourself intentionally, even if it's only 10 minutes here and there during the busiest month with all the things. And that's the biggest run-on sentence I've ever said. LOL. We have some crazy deals right now, and it's going to be a great month. Can I send you a video with more info? I hope you're enjoying your evening. Cheers. And I got a ton of people who messaged, like 22 people, probably out of like 80. I don't know how many. Was it 80? I don't know. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, somewhere 70 to 80-ish. That said, like, absolutely, I've been following you for a while. I'd love to see a video. Sure, send it my way, whatever. And then I just sent the next thing that I sent is awesome. I'll send you it now. Let me know when you're done. And I send them the recording of the previous open house. Then I'll follow up with all of them tomorrow. So
Sorry, the open house. Sorry, this is like a new shift still. I'm still getting used to
Mhm.
this. But the open house is for the programs themselves, correct? Not for coaching.
open house is
Kind of everything.
it's your third-party tool to not be the person word vomiting everything, because it's everything. We start with my story, which is, or whoever's leading, which is the success of the business and the products. I go into the history of Beachbody. We go into the nutritions, the programs, the nutrition, a little of Shakeology. We go into a transformation, like a live testimonial. So a coach will share their testimonial, and Amanda's going to be on Wednesday too. This Wednesday, we have a live one at 7. And then we go into how there's an affiliate program, and there's different ways to to join. These are the different ways to join. We give them 3 pack options with pricing right there. And then they can join as a customer, or they can join as a coach and earn their cost back. So they get the spiel, like all of it condensed into one video with a visual and a coaching testimony too. So 3 testimonies of 3 people who are used to public speaking, been in this business for a long time, had success in many ways. And it's like the best third-party tool. If anybody's like, I want to hear more about your boot camp open house, I want to learn more about coaching open house, I want to learn more about Shakeology, I'll send them a video YouTube of Shakeology, because we don't go that deep into what it actually is. And then open house. So for me, it's just like, it's everything in one. And if people are like, oh, I don't have time to watch that, what is the cost? I'll never tell them the cost. I just say, oh, well, if you fast forward to minute like 28, 29, that's when we start talking about, I'll look at, depending on the open house, that's when we start talking about the cost. Why don't you watch the last few minutes and get back with me, and I'll break it down for you.
Okay.
But somehow someone else is the one, for lack of a better word, pitching. It's not, but describing the different ways with enthusiasm and excitement. It takes the pressure off of you, and you just get to be excited and answer their questions and help them enroll,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. So I always save the open house, and the last one that I did, typically Amanda's been on the last a couple with me recently, right? We've been trying.
Yeah, but the last one, we weren't leading, remember?
Okay, so, oh yes, yes, I do remember. So, we'll share the like I'll save that one and I'll share that one until about 2 days before the new open house. And then I start inviting to the live, because on the live, we also do a giveaway. And so people are getting some products, so when they join live, they get entered to win a drawing. And then I'll invite to that up until Thursday. Thursday, I have an invite to it, because I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so good, you have to come watch it. So it's like another way to still get people there with excitement. And then as of Friday, I start sharing the recording again. That's just how I do it. But sorry, I know you were talking about follow-ups and then I went to that, but that's what I'm following
No,
up on.
that's good. I think Leslie had shared this a while ago, but just a few recordings of open houses if you want to see what they look like. But also just come to the one on Wednesday, because Lindsay and I will both be on it. And then I also shared just like the document just has a bunch of different, what I say for follow-ups, a lot of different scripts, but make sure you make them sound like you. Yeah. So let's spend a good like 10 minutes on follow-ups, following up with people who maybe said no in the past, maybe we're in the flash sale, maybe they're just somebody you've talked to in the past and you see they're still watching your stories, they're liking your posts. That's kind of a follow-up or a re-invite. Lindsay, I love what you said. Could you share that or no?
Off of the transformation post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me go on Facebook on here and I can do that.
Thanks. Excuse me, sorry guys. 14 years.
Okay, so that was the original.
Stuff.
And then after they respond, yes. This is the response with the current one I've been sharing, which is, I think, oh no, it was the one in October, I think.
Hmm.
Oopsies, where are you? There you are.
Amanda, that link for your bod shop or whatever, after you put
Uh-huh.
your coach thing, does that just automatically bring you up to the cyber sale then when you put it in
Yeah.
there?
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't have to go under any category or anything like that.
No,
Uh,
so the second one. So the one that's teambeachbody.com/shop/ blah blah blah. See, it says sale question mark
Yeah.
referring rep ID. Just replace my ID with your ID. And that if you click
Oh,
on it, it should take you right to the sale page.
okay.
And here's another reason why I like to invite like this off of a very raw transformation post too. I just sent that invite to a girl and her response was, "Hello, Lindsay, your transformation post almost had me crying because I've been going through this looking lean calorie counting stage for so long. It really is the worst. You have all my respect for overcoming it because it feels impossible. Please send me the video and more information about the boot camp." So like when you can take the little tiny things that are your truth and your pain that got you to the transformation, not just look what I did. I lost 5 pounds. I did this, not the accolades, but like the pain you used to experience. And like you use, I always say it like pain and you use it for your power. That's what make people be like, oh my gosh, and I just
Mhm.
love that. And I'm reminded of that because I forget that myself. Sometimes I forget to
Mhm.
post a transformation for like a month. Not about perfection over here.
All right, and then for the last 10 minutes, I would just work on invites. So kind of the same thing we are doing, but invites and connects. So off of, again, people who are liking and commenting on your posts, people who are watching your stories, people who you connect with from a group that you're a part of, connect with them first. Make sure you make a connection of some sort, and then shoot them a similar type of invite to the December group where we're talking about progress over perfection. We're choosing to intentionally choose us. And that grace and discipline, that's kind of what I've been using. Grace and discipline can happen together. They don't have to be separate. That's how you create sustainability in your life. So let's just use the last 10 minutes to work on those connects and invites. All right, it is 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I don't know where y'all live. I know Melissa, it's 8 o'clock. But the rest of you, I know it's even later. So if you need to jump off and end your night, you can. I'm probably gonna work a little bit longer. Only because I think my husband just went to do some work too. So I'm gonna get a little bit more done. I got a little bit more to do. So you're welcome to stay or you can go. But let's take a picture first. A boomerang. Thanks for showing up tonight. Hopefully you got a little work done and you feel like you got some good conversations going that can either help you end November or begin December really strong. But let's do a little boomy. Lenny. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cool. Love it, girls. Awesome. Thank you.
Right.
Night.
All right. I talk to you guys later. Thanks, Amanda. Bye. Let me know, Megan, whatever she decides.
I will.
Okay.
She said she's
Oh.
definitely, I like reiterated to her just a little bit ago. I'm like, this is no pressure. This is just because we talked about this like before you had baby and that's what you wanted. So she's like, yeah, no, for sure. But possibly Thursday. What time did you say on Thursday?
Thursday, I have. I could do a 6:30 or a 7.
Okay. I will put that, I will ask her if that would work.
Yeah.
Um,
Otherwise, no pressure. We can move into earlier, like a late morning the next week, or I have some other evenings, the week after that, whatever works good for you guys.
Well, I mean, I know Kate and I mean, I'm pretty flexible because I'm not working. So, and I think late mornings would also be fine. So I'll see if she wants to do that or.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Thank
sounds good.
you.
All right, you're
All right.
welcome. Talk to you later.
I'm
Bye.
gonna jump off too, Meg.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.